Hello, this is SJ Talks in Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. All over TikTok, they're saying that Gen X grandmothers are deadbeats. All over TikTok. All over, because I got to keep abreast on what they're talking about on YouTube, but I got to keep abreast on what they're talking about on TikTok. So looking for possible content, things to talk about, and everything. And all over TikTok, they're talking about Gen X grandmothers are deadbeats, pretty much. In a nutshell, they're basically saying Gen X grandmothers are not. Basically saying the Gen X generation, my generation, are bad grandparents. And the reason why they're saying it, lots of people are sounding off about it. A lot of people are doing stitches and everything, and they're sounding off about it. Gen Xers are sounding off about it. I am a Gen X grandmother. That doesn't apply to me because I try to help. I'm helping with my grandson right now, as I speak. I'm helping with, well, not right now, but I'm helping with my grandson. So that doesn't apply to me. But they're saying that Gen X grandmothers don't want to be bothered. They don't want to babysit or whatever like that. And I'm trying to figure out why they're targeting Gen Xers and saying that we're deadbeat grandparents. What I think, and a lot of Gen Xers were sounding off, and they basically were saying the same thing. I think that the same thing that I'm about to say that I think that these millennial parents, because Gen Xers have millennial and Gen Z children. My oldest son is a millennial, and my youngest son is Gen Z. So Gen Xers have millennial children and Gen Z children. So it's mainly the millennial children that have kids now. It's the millennial children that have kids by the Gen X parents. Okay? Because my oldest son is a millennial. He has 2 kids. So I think that these millennials have a sense of entitlement. They have a sense of entitlement. And they think that they just take for granted that the grandparents are just going to help them, basically help, not just babysit, but they expect you to help raise the children. Because in another video, and it was probably so long ago, I don't even remember which video it was. I actually did a video talking about that. It was a long time ago, babysitting grandparents or whatever. I can't even remember where it's at. But I was talking about basically that I basically, if I can remember what I was saying in that video, I think I said something to the fact that it is expected of us. It is expected for us. But I think these millennial children, they not only expect you to babysit, but they expect you to help, to assist in raising the children. The problem with that, and a lot of Gen Xers were sounding off about this, the problem with that is a lot of Gen Xers most Gen Xers, all of us pretty much Gen Xers are still relatively young. A lot of Gen Xers are, first of all, still working. I'm disabled, so I'm not. But a lot of Gen Xers are still working, okay? First of all, let's get that straight right off the bat. Second of all, Gen Xers are taking care of elderly parents, okay? Some of them are doing both. They're trying to work and they're trying to assist with elderly parents. They got a lot going on. And plus, on top of that, Gen Xers are still kind of young, so they wanting to live their life. They done raised their kids. They figured they done raised their kids. Now they want to kind of live their life because Gen Xers are still relatively young. Okay? We're in our 50s. Well, the young Gen Xers are like in their early 40s. That's the young Gen Xers. But we're in our 40s, late 40s, older Gen Xers on the older side. We're in our late 40s and 50s, okay? So we're still kind of young, and we're still kind of wanting to live our life, okay? We didn't already done, a lot of us have been single parents, okay? So we not finna be raising another set of kids. We don't want to be raising another set of kids, okay? Because we didn't already raise. A lot of us were single parents. A lot of us Gen Xers were single parents, okay? So we struggled to raise our kids. We raised our kids up. Now, we don't want to be in our 50s and be having to raise a whole nother set of kids. Now, we loved it. We love our grandchildren. Absolutely. We love them. We adore them. But we want to spend time with them on our terms. We're still kind of young, so we're still wanting to live. The people that I went to school with, when I go on Facebook, when I go on their Facebook page, I'm seeing that they're spending time with their grandkids. The Gen X's, my generation, the ones that I went to school with, okay, when I go on my Facebook page, I see that a lot of them are spending time with their grandkids, but they're also going on vacations. They're also working, okay? Some of them are looking after elderly parents, okay? So they're also doing other things in addition to being a grandparent. But they're putting it in its proper perspective. Are they spending time with their grandchildren? Absolutely. They're spending time with their grandchildren. They're spoiling their grandchildren, because that's our job. But they're also, in addition to, they're living their life. Some of them have mates. Some of them have spouses. And they're going taking vacations with their spouse. They're spending time with their spouse. A lot of them are still working. Okay? So they got other things going on beside being a grandparent. Okay? Some of them are running businesses. They still got a lot of things going on beside being a grandparent, because as Gen Xers, we figure we like this. So some of us had to figure it out. When we were raising our kids, my mother was like, I'm not babysitting, okay? So I had to figure it out. I had to go out and, get a child care provider when I had to work and this and that and the other. I had to figure it out. I didn't, I didn't depend on my family, and I had some family members living out of state. So I didn't have that support system. You know what I mean? And I didn't depend on my family to help me raise my kids. And, my mother was of the mindset that, I'm not babysitting, because she was a single mom herself. So I had to figure it out. And so a lot of us figured we done raised our kids. A lot of us were single parents. We struggled to raise our kids. And we figured, our kids are grown. And we expect when our children have children, we expect them to figure it out. But these millennials, the problem with these because it's millennial children that are the children of Gen Xers. It's this millennial generation that have a sense of entitlement. They have a sense of entitlement, and they think that you're supposed to literally help them raise their kids. And this is what we're not gonna do, okay? That they don't expect you to just babysit. They expect you to help raise the child, okay? And what they don't understand is we got other things going on, okay? We got other things going on, and that's what they don't understand. They have this sense of entitlement. A lot of them lay down and they have these kids without a plan. They don't have a plan in mind, but they have them. And then they expect you to come in and help them. They want you to be their nana, in a sense. They want you to be their nana. And they have a sense of entitlement, and they expect you to actually help them raise the children. And when you put your foot down, and I think that's what's happening. When the Gen X grandparents is like, no, I'm not finna help you raise your kids. Now, if you need, I'll help you whenever I can. It's not that the Gen X grandparents are not helping with the grandchildren. They are helping with the grandchildren, but they also want to spend time with their grandchildren on their terms. Okay, because they got other things going on. Gen X grandparents are still kind of young, so Gen X grandparents got other things going on. We got other things going on. We're not just sitting around the house all day waiting for you to just bring your kids over so we can watch them all day while you work and while you sleep and while you party. Okay? It just doesn't work like that. So just like a lot of us when we raised our kids, we had to figure it out. We had to get a babysitter. We had to get a child care provider. I had to get a child care provider. And so we had to figure it out, okay? And so this is what us Gen X grandparents expect for our millennial children, children with kids. That's what we expect them to do. Right now, I'm helping out with my grandson because, because of my son's work schedule and his my grandson's mother's work schedule. Because of their work schedules kind of conflict, and they and they need assistance with assist with dropping my grandson off at school, and the way their work schedules is set up, then I'm helping out like that. Okay, but but do I want to be a nana? I love my grandchildren. I love them dearly. But I don't want to be a nana. I don't want to be stuck with them all the time because I got other things going on. I also assist with helping my mother because my mother needs a little extra assistance now. Okay? So I'm helping with her. Okay? I'm trying to live my life and take care of myself. Because I'm dealing with some challenges, okay? So I got a lot going on, okay? I don't have time to be sitting around the house waiting on grandkids to be, and just watching grandkids all day, I got some other things going on. And a lot of us Gen X, a lot of us Gen X grandparents, we have other things going on. It's like I said, some other Gen X grandparents, the people that I went to school with, like I said, when I look on Facebook, I'm seeing them spending time with their grandkids, but they're also traveling. They're also spending time with their spouse. They're also working, okay? Because us Gen Xers are still kind of young, okay? So we're wanting to live our life. We figure we done raised our kids, okay? What we're not going to do is raise another set of kids, because you had the children. Are we going to help whenever we can? Absolutely. I'm going to do whatever I can. But like I told my son, I said, now, I got to have my me time. I got to have my me time, and that's very important. I got to do self-care. I got to have my me time. I don't mind helping out, but I got to have my me time. Okay? Don't expect me to just, and then a lot of these millennial parents, they have it in their mind, well, I need a break, and then they get mad when when they say they need a break, they need a 2 or 3 day break, like they want somebody to take their kids for 2 or 3 days. When they say they need a break, they're not just talking about a few hours. Or maybe not even a day. They're talking about they want somebody to take their kids for a few days. And a lot of time, that we can't do that. We can't do that. A lot of times the Gen X grandparents can't do it. We're working. A lot of Gen X grandparents are working. They got, like I said, they're working. They got other things going on. They can't take on grandkids for a few days at a time. And that's what these millennials, because as I said when I first, I said, well, what's a break? I ain't never had no break for my kids. But these millennial children, or the children of Xers, that's what they have in their mind. They have in their mind that they want a break, that they need a break, you know. And I get that, and I understand it. But at the same time, you know, it don't always go down like that, because Gen X grandparents are not able to they might not be in a position to watch grandkids for 2 and 3 days. Okay? And then they get an attitude, they cop an attitude when you basically won't be their nana. Well, I need to get some rest and all this kind of stuff. You know? I said, and my son said, well, you know, can you watch my grandson, while I go get some rest? So I said, yeah, I'll do it when he's supposed to have them. And I said, I'll do it. I said, but you got to understand, because I'm already helping out with him. I said, but you need to understand that I got to have my me time. I got to get my me time in. Okay. And so that's, I got to set boundaries. We're setting boundaries. As Gen X grandparents, we're setting boundaries. And the millennial parents, which is our children, may have a problem with that. Because it's like they have a sense of entitlement. They think that I'm not saying my son, but I'm just saying, I think that's what's going on with a lot of them. They have a sense of entitlement, and they think that the Gen X grandparents are just supposed to literally help raise the grandkids. And it don't go down like that. Because the Gen X grandparents got other things going on besides being a grandparent. It doesn't make you a deadbeat grandparent. It just means that you got other things going on. Okay? Because we're at the age where our parents, baby boomers and Gen Xers, okay, our parents are up there in age. Okay? And a lot of Gen Xers having to assist with elderly parents. Okay? So they got that going on. Okay? They're traveling. They're working. A lot of Gen Xers are still working. Okay? They don't have time to sit around and watch grandkids day in and day out. And the millennials, the problem with the millennials is that they expect it. They have a sense of entitlement. But at the end of the day, on top of that, we're getting older. We can only physically do so much. So they got to take that into consideration as well. So I think that's what the dilemma is, and that's what the problem. It's not the fact, and then they're bringing this on social media. They're coming on social media calling us a bunch of deadbeats. Well, that don't apply to me, because I ain't no deadbeat grandparent. I do whatever I can when I can do it, but at the same time, I got to set boundaries. Okay, I have to set boundaries. And that's what a lot of Gen X grandparents are doing. They're setting boundaries. And the millennial children are having issues with that. They want you to keep them kids on their turn. They want you to watch them kids on their turn. They don't want you to do it on your terms. They want you to do it on their terms. Well, we're not going to do it on your terms. And a lot of times we can't do it on your terms. And I think that is the problem. And then now they're coming on social media calling us a bunch of deadbeats. And that's not okay. That's not cool. Okay? That is not cool. They're bringing this stuff to TikTok. A lot of them are sounding off on TikTok. And then the Gen X grandparents are having to speak out. So I'm putting my little 2 cents in. But that's what it all boils down to. The millennial parents, or the millennial children of Gen X parents, have a sense of entitlement. They want you to keep them grandkids on their terms. They want you to help raise the grandkids. And we're not finna do that. That's what we're not gonna do. We're not finna help you raise them. Okay, we want you guys to have respect for our time, and have respect for whatever else that we may have going on. I mean, it is what it is. Okay. So I just wanted to sound off on that. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts. If you are a Gen X grandparent, if you're looking at this video and you're a Gen X grandparent, hit me up in that. I really want to hear from you. Hit me up in that comment section and let me know what you think about that. What are your thoughts on that? You think these millennial parents have this sense of entitlement? You know, because my other son talking about he want 4 of them. I said, well, you better have a plan. First of all, you better be married. Second of all, you better have a plan. Before you better be financially stable marriage mate. Y'all better have a plan of child care and all that stuff lined up. You better have all that stuff lined up before you plan on having these 4 kids. Because I'm cool with the 2 grandkids I got. You know, I got a granddaughter and a grandson. I got 1 of each. I'm good. I'm good. I'm cool with the grandkids that I have. And any more grandkids after that, well, any more of them after that, you know, they going to have to understand that grandma got a life too. I'm going to love them, but grandma got a life too. And it doesn't entail sitting around raising grandkids. I'm going to love them. I'm going to love them dearly. But my life is not going to entail sitting around raising grandkids. Because grandma got a life too. Grandma want to live her life too. Okay? That's how a lot of us Gen X grandparents feel. But hit me up in the comment section. Let me, if you're a Gen X, particularly if you're a Gen X grandparent, let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that Gen X grandparents are deadbeats? I think that they wrong for that. They wrong for coming on social media, putting us on blast like that. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button. When you hit that like button, that pushes that algorithm right on up there, shoots it right on up there, and it gets me more views on my video. If you're new to my channel, definitely hit the subscribe button. And share this video if you can. And until the next video, you guys be blessed.